Wanna know something that rocks? Mathematic rocks. Math rocks. Yeah, math rocks. So, young scholars, let's do some mathematics because we all know that math rocks. Alright, young scholars, let's get to work talking about mathematics. So today we're going to be focusing on using the area model to multiply whole numbers. And we're talking a double-digit whole number times a triple-digit whole number. We're talking about 15 times 255. That's a double-digit number, a number that consists of two numbers times a triple-digit number, a number that consists of three numbers. This is not going to be any harder than what we've already done. So be prepared, pay close attention so that you can do this on your own. Because we've talked about how important math is. It's everywhere in the world. We always need math. We always need to know how they do different concepts in math, especially multiplication. So let's get busy talking about this. 15. The first step in multiplying using the area model before we build our rectangle is to what? Starts with a D and ends with pose. Decompose. We must decompose our numbers. So the first number we're going to decompose is 15. We know that the 1 is in the tens place, so that really equals one group of 10. And the 5 is in the ones place, which equals 5 groups of 1. So 15 decomposed by its place value is really 10 plus 5. So we've completed half of this. Now we must do the triple-digit number. Let's do this. So, let's start with this 5 right here. That's in the ones place. The next 5 is in the tens place. And the next 5 is in the hundreds. So we have the ones place, the tens place, the hundreds place. So, this 2 is not really just 2. It's two groups of 100 because the 2's in the 100s place. So it's really 100 plus 100. And I apologize if my writing gets sloppy. It is sloppy. So, the 2 is telling us there's two groups of 100, which we know 100 plus 100 equals 200. So the 2 is really telling us it's 200. And then we take this 5 that's in the middle, and that's in the what place? Let's see, the the tens place. This 5 right here is in the tens place. So that's really telling us that's 10 groups of 5. Let's draw that. 10 plus 10 plus 10 plus 10 plus 10. And if we do 10 plus 10 is 20, plus another 10 is 30, 30 plus 10 is 40, plus 10 is 50. So, that 5 is really representing 50. 5 groups of 10, which equals 50. And then we take this next 5 that's in the ones place, which is really 5. It's 5 groups of 1. So, once again, 255 is really 200 plus 50 plus 5. And 15 is really 10 plus 5. So we've decomposed 15 and we've decomposed 255 to be 15 is 10 plus 5. 255 is 200 plus 50 plus 5. That does equal 255. So we've done this part right. Now get ready to create our area model and solve this number. Yeah! So scholars, we've decided that 15 decomposed equals 10 plus 5. Do you concur? Good, you do. And we decided 255 decomposed equals 200 plus 50 plus 5. Give me a thumbs up if you concur. Glad I can see your thumb. Raise it up higher. Good, good. So we know 255 equals 200 plus 50 plus 5. That's 255. Now it's time to create our rectangle for our place value chart. So, here's our rectangle. And I'm going to erase part of this so we have room so we're not so confused. Alright. So, now we need to determine where to split our box. How many rectangles within our rectangle do we need? So, we're going to look first, remember I like to put on the left side the number that is the smallest. So 15 or 255, which one is smaller? 15, you're right. So I'm going to split that into 2 because there's only 2 digits in 15. I'm going to write the 10 right here plus the 5. And we know it's 10 plus 5 equals 15. 10 plus 5 is 15. That's the number we're dealing with. Now at the top, time for the larger number. So, we got to determine how many times to split this box. And we look at how many digits are in the number, 255. There are how many digits? How many numbers? 3. 1, 2, and 3. Yes. So I need to split this into 3 rectangles. So I go like this. There's 1, there's 2, and there's 3. We're good. Now we decide what to write right here. The first number that goes written at the top is 200, then plus 50, then plus 5. So we have 200 plus 50 plus 5. And if we add that together, it gives us 255. And if we add 10 plus 5, it gives us 15. So we're on the right track because we have 15 times 255. We're on the right track. Now it's time to multiply. So we're going to multiply the 10 times the 200, write our answer here. 10 times the 50, write our answer in that rectangle. 10 times the 5, write our answer in that rectangle. 5 times 200, write our answer in that. 5 times 50, write our answer in that rectangle. 5 times 5, write that in that answer. You with me? If you're not, rewind and replay. You can replay it as many times as you need to. So 10 times 200. Let's see. If we have 200 and we're multiplying it by 10, we know that any number multiplied by 10 is going to move it to the next place value because it's become larger value. It shifted the number to the left because the left side of the place value is larger. So if we were to shift 200 to the left once on the place value chart, we would get 2,000. Yeah. So this one is going to be 2,000. And we can check that using the algorithm if you would like. 200 times 10. 0 times 0, 0, 0 times 0, 0, 0 times 2 is 0. 1 times 0 is 0, 1 times 0 is 0, 1 times 2 is 2. And I gotta have my space saver, so we add all that together. We get 2,000. We got the right answer. Now we do 10 times 50. Once again, when 50 is being multiplied by 10, we know it's going to move it, all the digits, to the left of the place value chart one time, because it's 110. Which is going to make that 50 into 500. And we can check that using the place value chart if we'd like. We would go 50 times 10, 0, 0, space saver, 0, 5, add it together, 0, 0, 500. We did it correctly. Now we go 10 times 5. Let's see, 5, 10, 15, 20. Oh, sorry, I was doing it by 5. So 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. We got 50. We could have also done 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50 by using that. So we got 50. Now we move down to our next one, 5 times 200. Now, we know that 5 is half of 10, right? If I have 10 fingers and I take half away, I have how many left? 5. My value is 5. So if we know 10 times 200 is 2,000, if we multiply half of 10, which is 5, times 200, we should get half of what 10 times 200 is. So we should get half of 2,000, which is 1,000. Remember we talked about those different strategies when Miss Hess was in here for number talks? So that's what we're doing here. We took half of this because we know it's half. In fact, I know that all these answers are going to be half of these ones up here because 5 is half of 10. And I'm still multiplying 5 by all the same numbers I multiplied 10 by. So 5 times 50 is going to be half of what 10 times 50 is. So if 10 times 50 is 500, we have to look at what's half of 500, which is 250. We can check that using the algorithm by going 5 times 50, 0, 250. So if you're confused on what I mean by taking half of 10 and that's going to be our answer from up here, just do the algorithm one. Just do 5 times 50. If you do 5 times 50, you get 250. Same answer. Then the next one. 5 times 5, which is 25. Which is also half of 50. So now we have our answers inside of our box. We have 2,000, we got that from 10 times 200. We have 500, we got that from 10 times 50. We have 50, we got that from 10 times 5. We have 1,000, we got that from 5 times 200. We have 250, we got that from 5 times 50. We have 25, we got that from 5 times 5. Now we have the hard part done. Now it's time to add. So we're going to write all of these numbers, and we're going to line them up by their place value. So we're going to write 2,000. I'm going to put an X through it showing me, symbolizing to me, I've already used that one. I've already written it. That way I don't write it twice. And I don't forget to write it. Then we have 500. X to that. Then we have 50. Then we have 1,000. Then we have 250. And then we have 25. And we're going to add all these up. And I'm going to just erase that so we can better see. Alright, so 0 plus 0 is 0. Plus 0 is 0. Plus 0 is 0. Plus 0 is 0. Plus 5 is 5. Now 0 plus 0 is 0. Plus 5 is 5. 5 plus 0 is 0. Is 5. 5 plus 0 is 5. Plus 5 is 10. 10 plus 2 is 12. Write the 2, carry the 1. 1 plus 0 is 0. Plus 5 is 6. 6 plus nothing is still 6. 6 plus 0 is 6. 6 plus 2 is 8. So we write down 8. Then 2 plus 1 is 3. So our answer is 3,825. So 15 times 255 is 3,825. Now you know how to do this. Now you can do a double digit times a triple digit. You can probably even do a double digit times 4 digits because you just add one more on the side. You know how to do this. You rock, young scholars. Whoo! Can I get a hoorah? Hoorah!